This is up for sentencing on a 1-year misdemeanor, child abuse in the 4th degree. There was no pre-sentence report done, it being a misdemeanor. Ms. Goodrich, were you able to comply with your victim rights?
Yes, sure.
All right, Mr. Gilbert, anything you want to say on behalf of the
I believe Ms. Baldwin's performance on, well, she's been on bond. This case has gone on for quite some time, and that's the reason we came to the resolution we did. But she's had no issues whatsoever. This is a rare instance that you're going to sue Ms. Baldwin, and she probably should have taken some of the statements that her daughter made more seriously, obviously. But I don't think Ms. Baldwin's not a criminal that you're going to see over and over again, or any individual. And I think the fines and costs agreement, we ask you to follow that.
All right, thank you. Ms. Baldwin, anything you want to tell me today or no?
No, thank you.
Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from the people?
Your Honor, I would recommend fines and costs only at this time. There is a companion child abuse neglect case that has protective orders in place.
Okay. All right, well, Ms. Baldwin, I mean, and I'm sorry, Ms. Goodrich, Ms. Baldwin doesn't have any criminal history that's...
No criminal history.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Baldwin, you're not on the path of lots of criminality in your life. This is, one of these cases where it's just, very unfortunate, very sad, where you've got something bad happening in your home, and you had an opportunity to do the right thing and to try to make sure that no further harm occurred. And you didn't do what you needed to do to protect someone. And then that person was subject to further victimization, not by you, but you had an opportunity to do right. So I think that is proper that you are convicted of child abuse for that. And I will fulfill my legal obligations and refer you to the Department of Health and Human Services for placement on the central registry as a result of that conviction. But I will follow the plea agreement here for fines and costs only. And that's state costs of $50 for misdemeanor, $75 crime victims assessment. And there's also $350 in court costs. I'm not going to put you on probation for it. You can appeal your conviction or the sentence if you want, but you'd have to file an application for leave to appeal. If you wanted a lawyer, you'd have to ask me within 6 months. We're going to hand you a piece of paper explaining the appeal rights, ask you to initial one copy for us, and to fill out the other one if you want to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, Ms. Paul?
No.
Okay, good luck to you.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here and say that I have set up playlists of some of my favorite cases and judges. So if you get bored and want to have a giggle or a gasp, then I could show you my cat's fridge, or you can check out these playlists. I'll leave a link below.
The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
And are you Stephanie Clee? And state's motion of supplement pending motion to revoke community supervision. Are you the same Stephanie Clee who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8049 for the offense of theft under $2,500 and hence on September 22nd, 2022 for a period of 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
On or about, violating condition number 2, on or about the 18th day of May, 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Stephanie Clee, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
True, grant the motion, sentence you up to $1,000 fine and 1 year in the state jail facility. Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending that the conditions be to deny the motion and that the conditions be altered and amended for a 6 months extension of the community supervision and a 30-day jail sanction with credit for time served. And she has been in jail the last 30 days and a BIPP course. And taking that into consideration, the state is making a motion to
719294. And what is that offense?
That's a assault family second.
And who is the complainant in that case?
Her name is
Laura Sabatino, Your Honor.
Nora?
Laura, Laur.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal? All
Yes, Your Honor.
right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Stephanie Cleed,
All right, who is Laura Sabatino to you?
she is my partner, girlfriend.
All right. And do you currently live with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And does she want her living with her?
I believe she does, yes, Your
So I realize y'all are taking that in consideration, but part of my job is to make sure that everyone is protected. So with regards to that case, were there any injuries?
There was some redness, not serious injuries or anything.
All right, was there alcohol or anything involved with that?
I don't believe there's immediate evidence that there was alcohol involved.
All right, why are you doing poorly on probation? Because there are other allegations that the state could have proceeded on and they did not. So why are you doing poorly? Why are you not taking your drug testing?
Your Honor, I was taking care of my father and I had a lot of stress and I didn't have a vehicle at the time. So it was hard getting around.
Did you call probation and tell them that?
Yes, ma'am.
So you called and told them, I'm not going to do drug testing because I'm taking care of my father and there are other issues I have going on?
Well, no, ma'am, but I did keep in contact with my probation officer and let her know that I did not have a vehicle, but I did show up, on time.
Are you employed?
I do Uber and DoorDash right now. That's what
All
I
right.
was doing.
No, were you employed July 2nd, 2023?
No, ma'am.
September?
Yes, the end of September.
All right. So how much were you being paid?
Not much. I was doing just maybe 2 days a week. So
Why didn't you take the VIA bus?
Excuse me?
Why didn't you take the VIA bus to probation? VIA, when I was riding VIA, I think it was $1. They may have gone up to $2.
Yes, ma'am.
That's cheaper than gas. So why didn't you go and do your UA with probation? Because when people don't do UAs in court, that tells me that there's a drug issue going on, because otherwise you would do your UAs.
Well, the ones I did take, I was negative.
Mhm.
But I know what you're saying, though, Your Honor. Yes, with all due respect.
So you've given me no excuses for why I should follow this agreement. You picked up a new case. The state is taking it into consideration. And you're not doing your UAs. Has she done anything?
I would like to point out, Your Honor, her last office visit with probation was July 24th of 2023. So since July, I don't know how long she's been in custody, but we haven't had any office visits with her. We only have one, looking at it, one delay on file on that, but it looks negative. As far as fees is concerned, there's not been any fees. There's no fees that she's paid on.
Your Honor, can I say something?
And
Just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
it indicates she hasn't registered from the test course. She would be did her TAP evaluation, and she has not been registered yet to the IOP because of the
Excuse me. You need to be paying attention to what you have not been doing. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, you can pay attention at the state jail facility, wondering how I got here. All right, so what else?
Have not enrolled her into the IOP because of Wisconsin. And then it doesn't indicate she provided proof of employment.
All right, so do you need an updated TAP or no?
And I'm sorry, Judge, all of the community services are still outstanding.
So do you need an updated TAP?
No, we can use the top that we have on file.
All right. And there appears that there was something you wanted to say?
Your Honor, yes, I did complete the first deaf class. That should be on record, but the other one was like $300 and I was working on completing that. And I will do my community service. I will be on top of that. And I will do better. I promise, Your Honor.
All right. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions, extend her for a year. You're to enroll in the BIPP course no later than November 13th. There's to be no contact with Laura. There's a 30-day jail sanction, and the court will show that that's been satisfied. And she's to enroll an IOP no later than November 9th. And is there anything else that she needs to enroll in immediately, probation? All right, and you're going to do 90 sober support meetings in 90 days. And if Miss Laura Sabatino wants to have contact with you, then she'll need to come into the court to express that to the court.
Your Honor, she's here now. I don't know if you want to talk to her now. From what I understand is that they live together. They help take care of her elderly father. She's power of attorney of her 76-year-old father who needs help on his day-to-day activities. Laura Sabatino's now, if you'd like to talk to her, I'm sure she would love to change that to no harmful or injurious contact. If you want to talk to her another day,
Yeah, we'll have to set it for another day because I don't have any police reports or any facts on that. But if you'll set that with Ms. Ferguson, we'll get it on the docket as soon as possible. We'll probably be able to get it on the docket for next week. All right. And then if we'll set it next week, then we can do a check-in on how she's doing. Norma, can you recall this for November? What date would be best to recall her for to see how she's doing probation? Okay.
Thank you all so very much for watching to the end. Please subscribe and drop a like if indeed you did enjoy. I hope so. Until the next time, I'm off to feed those cats. And if you want to see another cool episode of mine without all the mandatory stuff, then click on the episode on screen now.